Hey, what's up you guys? Today we're gonna be looking at 5 things that you can do to actually make better videos in 2020. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Number 1, we're gonna look at camera composition. Camera composition is basically the framing of your subject, your angle, how it looks, how things are placed within your shot. So as you're framing your images, there are certain fundamentals that we can apply to get better shots. So the first one we're going to talk about is the rule of thirds. So imagine that there are 2 lines coming down your image, both vertically and horizontally. So these basically divide the image into 3 parts. Hence the name, the rule of thirds. So essentially, we want to place our subject, instead of just placing them smack dab in the center of the frame, unless the frame is interesting, sometimes placing them in the upper right or left quadrants can create some drama. It can create some interest in our framing and create a much more pleasing image to look at. So that's rule number 1. Rule number 2, we're going to talk about audio. So audio is incredibly important to your video. I feel like good audio can sometimes be overlooked and kind of underappreciated because we don't really notice it until it's bad, which is a good thing. That's our job. If we create good, pleasing images that look great and audio that sounds great and nobody notices, we've done our job because we don't want to distract anybody. It's been said before that audio is 50% of what makes up your video, but I think kind of realistically, audio is 60% of what makes up the 40% of your video. Because think about it, if you're watching a video and the video is kind of decent, it might be a little out of focus, the quality might not be the best, but the audio is crisp and on point, you're more than likely gonna sit there and watch that video. But if you're watching the most beautiful images in the world, someone shot with an Arri Alexa, a Red, anything like that, but the audio is terrible, you're not really gonna sit through it. So that's why it's so important to focus on your audio and make sure it's a pleasing experience for your viewers. So I've got an example I want to show you right here. We're gonna do an audio test. I want to show you what a couple of different sources sound like, and yeah, so let's get into it. So first we're gonna go to the on-camera audio and see what that sounds like. So here we are, we're using the onboard camera audio. You probably noticed it probably sounds pretty reverberant, pretty echoey. That's because the audio is just bouncing off of all the walls in this room and it's just not really clear. There's no real clarity to it. So this is what the onboard camera mic sounds like. Number 2, this is what a lav mic sounds like. So I've got a lavalier microphone right here. Hello, hello. So essentially, this is doing a better job than the on-camera mic because it's getting our microphone closer to our source so it can pick it up better. And then thirdly, this is the shotgun microphone. So this has a much tighter pickup pattern, so it's gonna reject sound from the sides and the back and just focus on what it's pointing at. So right now, it's literally just pointed at my mouth. So it's gonna be able to pick up audio the clearest out of all 3 of these sources. So just improving your audio in one of these ways can make a huge difference in your videos and can make the overall experience to your viewers much better. All right, so number 3, we're gonna talk about lighting. Now, I love lighting. I'm like a lighting junkie. So much of our job as filmmakers, cinematographers, videographers is to create pleasing images with lighting. And lighting can actually help you tell the story that you're trying to convey through your message. So lighting intimidates a lot of people, but an easy way that you can improve your videos with your lighting is just to create soft lighting. And a lot of people are like, well, I don't have big lights, I don't have softboxes, diffusion, any of that stuff. Well, I'm gonna show you some simple ways that you can soften hard light. Number 1, you can use natural light. This is gonna be coming through a window or an open door, anything like that, because it's naturally being diffused by the outdoors before it comes in through that window. So if you show up somewhere that doesn't have pleasing lighting and you don't have any of your lighting kit with you, an easy solution is just to find a large window because the sun and the outdoors is already gonna be diffusing that sunlight and making it soft. Especially if it's a cloud covered day, you're gonna notice that the shadows are gonna be much softer on those days because the clouds are literally providing like diffusion to the sun. So it's basically just a giant softbox hitting you. So that's an easy way. A second way is to get diffusion of some sorts. And now you don't have to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on professional diffusion if you don't have it. Now that would be recommended if you wanna do this for a living, but if you're just doing this at home, a simple DIY way that you can do it is with this $3 shower curtain I got from Dollar General. So essentially, don't put this too close to your lighting subject because it's not flame retardant or anything like that, but it can soften your lights in a pinch if you don't have any diffusion or a way to diffuse it. Or shoot, even take a white t-shirt, white bed sheet, anything to put between you and the light to soften it up, so that way your shadows are softer, they're not as hard, and the image looks more pleasing. So I'm gonna show you right now, I've got a large soft source right here. So essentially, I've got a hard light that's shooting through a 6x6 of silent grid cloth, which is just a fancy word for another flavor of diffusion. So I'm gonna show you what this image looks like without the diffusion. Woo! So, as you can see, this is the image without the diffusion. This is just the bare open face light that I'm using. It's a tungsten 500 watt light, and it's just blasting me right now. So, it doesn't really look that pleasing. It's overexposed. The shadows are super hard. You notice right there, my nose shadow? You see how hard that is? That's how you can tell a light is hard or soft. Look at the shadows. But as soon as I put this 6x6 grid cloth diffusion in front of it, it softens up nicely and makes a much better looking image. All right, so number 4 in how to make better videos in 2020 is to become a better storyteller. How do you tell the story or the message that you want to convey? Take for instance, if I want to make a cup of coffee, sure, I could just plant the camera down in the back of the room on a tripod, shoot some coverage of me making a cup of coffee, but that's not very interesting. So we're gonna break down that action of making a cup of coffee into the simple steps. We're gonna sequence it out, shoot it by, I'm gonna go grab the coffee cup, I'm gonna pour the water in, I'm gonna put the coffee into the filter, I'm gonna take the coffee cup out, put it to my lips, and drink some of it. Shooting that action in that sequence and getting creative with it, looking for different angles, looking how the lighting's playing with it, you've now made an entertaining sequence of something that was pretty boring before if you just stuck the camera in the back of the room. So this is an easy way that you can add high production value to your videos and make them more entertaining. All right, and tip number 5 for making better videos in 2020 is to simply just go shoot. There's no substitute for just good, hard practice. I've done this so many times. You have to just make it up in your mind, you know what, I'm gonna go shoot a video today. There might not even be a purpose behind the video. You might just go out and shoot some random shots in the woods, trees, your dog in the backyard, anything that can help you practice your skills as a filmmaker and videographer, to practice different angles, practice different lighting techniques. These are all gonna help in the process of you becoming a better storyteller and filmmaker. You can just go out, cut something together, throw some music to it, create an intro and outro, edit it, export it, grab a cup of coffee, sit back, watch it, review it, make some notes on it, and then take those notes into your next video so you can make better videos. So that way you're constantly learning from yourself and learning from your work, and you have a trackable way to show your growth as a filmmaker and storyteller. So that's it, you guys. Thanks so much for watching this video. That's 5 tips to help you make better videos in 2020. Hope you really got something out of it. And I just want to say thank you guys so much for all of your support for my first video that I ever posted. We're now past 100 subscribers in my first week, which is just awesome. I'm just blown away that there's like 100 of you that actually want to watch stuff that I have to say and content that I have to make. So thank you guys so much. Got tons of comments, tons of views. You guys are awesome. If you would leave a comment down in the bottom of this video, sharing any ideas that you might have for me, things that you would like to see me talk about. If there's anything in this video that I can go into further detail about, any questions you might have, anything like that. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And also let me know how 2020 is going to be your year, how you're just going to go for it, you're going to grind, you're going to put in the work, and you're going to make 2020 your year and make your goals a reality. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.